good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dean Thomas, and I'm the founder of True Tesla Technologies, 3Ts International, and very many other creations over the last few years. I just wanted to thank Benito and his team for taking the initiative to bring alive the crypto world into Mauritius. I can definitely recommend his training programs because I've sent my staff on the training programs. This is a new, we don't like to use the word new world, but this is a new world we're entering into. And I'm quite mature, and I remember the days without a mobile telephone and without the internet. I was brought up in a very working class family, and I remember the 1990s when the mobile phone was launched and when the internet was created. And we're at that same time again now. I believe we're repeating the dot-com industry, the dot-com boom. And this is an opportunity to truly find ways in which to take innovation, invention, creativity, and resource, and utilizing the blockchain as part of that network. We're involved here in Mauritius. I came to Mauritius after a blockchain conference in Moscow in 2019. And since then I've lived here. We're involved in renewable energy projects with a new type of technology. It's not solar and it's not wind, it's hydropower or kinetic energy. And it's utilizing the flow of the river, the natural flow of the river to generate energy. This technology has been around since the 1800s. It's a water wheel basically. Tomislav Tesla, who is the descendant of Nikola Tesla, has basically compacted it into a way that it's a complete system that functions and harnesses the energy of the river. So it's truly a sustainable energy. The technology itself will last some 50 to 100 years. And this is the irony about solar and wind that everyone's talking about and everyone wants to finance. These solar and wind projects will probably last 15 to 20 years maximum. And then we have another issue, which is what to do with the waste. What do we do with the batteries? What do we do with the solar panels? And everyone jumps up and says we'll recycle, but we can't recycle everything. We also have to look at the source of our materials. Where are the raw materials coming from for these panels and these batteries? Everyone's going on driving electric cars. But when you think about sustainability, what is the source of this material? Where does it come from? It comes from the ground of Africa. And what is given back? Very little, if anything, except we can talk about Elon Musk and electric vehicles, or solar power and wind changing the world. But this is a limited perspective on what is possible. And the energy sector of the world is shifting, and it's shifting towards hydropower because in the world we have still 75% capacity from hydropower. Countries like Madagascar, there's a 78% potential still there for hydropower. There are some parts in Madagascar where there's no electricity. There's many countries in Africa where there's only 5% of the population has electricity. Knowing the story of Nikola Tesla as I do and his history, and there's another famous person in Mauritius that nobody knows about who invented electricity in Mauritius, and his name was Amode Ibrahim Acha. And the Major, as he was known, invented hydropower in Mauritius in the 1900s. And the first hydropower station in Mauritius was built in 1906, and it's called the Redwe Power Station. And that power station still operates today. Over 100 years old. That energy supplied the energy to the governor's house at the time, and then the streets of Rosehill and Beaubassin. So there's a similar story to Nikola Tesla. Happened in New York, happened with Niagara Falls in 1896. Today we're at 2022. If we do the mathematics on those two numbers, they're very similar numbers. And Nikola Tesla often spoke about 3, 6, and 9. If you understand the secrets of 3, 6, 9, you have the key to the universe. I like to look at the clock face without the hands. And if you look around the clock, you will see the numbers add up to 3, 6, or a 9. So was this message from Nikola Tesla about time being an illusion, or time not being the key to everything, that we are the key? So the last few years we've been building and negotiating and navigating the regulatory framework of Mauritius, from ministries of energy, ministries of environment, to a point of even receiving Supreme Court authorization for a hydropower project in the River Tamarin. We hope next month it will be switched on and it will be connecting to the grid, delivering true renewable energy around the grid of Mauritius. And that's the beginning of our journey here in Mauritius. We've created a token, we've created a film festival, we've created a documentary series, and now we're embarking on the crypto space. The blockchain will integrate with our technology through reporting data, the energy generated, the humidity, the turbidity, everything around our technology, and this data will be reported live and to the public, which is your right as individuals to know how much water is flowing along a certain river, how much energy is here, etc., the conditions. So this data will be provided live by us. It's currently not provided by the government, but it's supposed to be. We plan to expand that network along the River Tamarin to create 3 megawatts of energy. The River Tamarin has 5 megawatts capacity. We're already talking to large partners such as Omnicane, other key clients that are looking at our technology to expand that in Mauritius. But our market is Africa. Mauritius is a playground for us. It's a place where we can do things. It's a place where we are able to do things. And that being able to do things allows us to be creative. We're free. We own our technology. And when I look back at 2014 when I met Tomislav Tesla, just through a random meeting, much like what we're doing today, how that person's story impacted my life and brought me to Mauritius. And how it's very similar to the stories of Ibrahim Macha, Nikola Tesla, Gandhi, Vivekananda, all of these people, Mark Twain, they came to Mauritius. Mauritius is a point of connectivity and is a point of inspiration. And there's a lot of stories told here in Mauritius. And we are telling our story, we're acting our story, and we're living our story. And we're sharing that story with the world. Technologies that will be developed in Mauritius. One of them is a sustainable offshore fishing system which we will develop in Rodrigue, and there's a sediment recovery system that we will develop here in one of the reservoirs. Basically our technologies are focused towards sustainable development goals. They're low cost, they have a long lifespan, and therefore we're shifting away from this consumerism that we're so associated with today, of finding engineering solutions that last, like the Redwe power station that's been there for over 100 years, like other hydropower stations around the world that have been there for 60 or 70 years. We own the technology. We are the source of electricity. And our roadmap to Africa includes the licensing of that technology and sharing that technology with entrepreneurs that wish to create a successful business for themselves, following the same path and opportunity that I was given when I met Tomislav Tesla in 2014. I don't come from a wealthy background. I came to Mauritius with 800 euros in my pocket in 2019. I secured £500,000 investment by one individual to invest in this technology and invest in the vision. Over 2 years, we're at the final stages of completing that construction. But what we've also done is we've created a platform which is called Tesla's World that will now emerge into the world as a disruptor, of the technology disruptor that will address the SDGs. And Africa is the continent that needs developing. It is the last remaining continent on this planet that hasn't been developed. And us as man, we have to learn from those errors or poor judgment that we made. when we developed America, when we developed Europe. Africa is a virgin territory that has a tremendous assets and resources. And by working in Africa with communities, we are able to provide true renewable energy, as well as other technological solutions that I can't share here because there's a big vision. So that's us. This is 3Ts International, True Tesla Technologies, FAR International Film Festival, Three Wise Men, Parallel Lives, and 3Ts. We're a small company. We have 8 employees, but we have a global vision. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen.